Hello, greetings. This is me again, Zahra Jawad. Uh, so I just watched a video of Jiddu Krishnamurti, but on love and attention. And so I was reminded when I discovered that I had emotional attachment towards Miss Asteria Dissa, my teacher and family friend. So it was a tremendous shock for me that I had lied unknowingly, not known what true love is, but I was feeling even more guilty and all this, that it was an emotional attachment. So I recognized that. And so now I just had a insight that do I really love? I was a Shia at that time, so all this, do I really love God or Imam Hussein? So I had to read that story again, I think, or be reminded of the story of Job in the Bible. Like if God takes everything away from me, is it a need? I mean, do I love God because He's all powerful? Do I love God because He's giving me everything? Or when He doesn't give me, I fight with Him. That you are the all powerful, excuse me, so you can give, you are the provider, the best provider, the best. So in this, I was kind of in a trap. On one hand, He says He listens to prayers and He gives, ask me and I will answer you. So, so I found out that I don't love Imam Hussein. That I just love him. So I kept asking. So once, no, I asked my father, I mean, why do we cry for Imam Hussein? So he told me we don't cry because of the, what do you call it, because we want something from him or we love him. No, he didn't say it like this. He just said we cry for the oppression he went through and that he had the power to stop this oppression. And so just wondering over this and contemplations, just wanted to share this, that when I realized I was writing, I started to write in my diary that, oh my God, this is emotional attachment to Mr. Saw and it's not love. And Jiddu Krishnamurti later on tries to show us what love really is and what love isn't. And so like that, about myself, emotional attachment, realizing that something perhaps happened to me that year, in that year, that, oh my God, when it's so listening to Jiddu Krishnamurti recently about love and attention, what really is love. So it's not a need, it's not something. And then people have gotten this, me into this, that no, we are interdependent, we need each other. So I got confused in this. On one hand, someone saying that we are interdependent and we need one another. Maybe we need to cooperate and all this, but if someone dies, like my grandaunt, she died, and there wasn't that too much mourning. I loved her. She was a great service lady. She made great food, pickles, sweet dishes. But I didn't miss her. Like it was always that something fills you up, fills her space up. So you don't miss the person. It's and yeah. So Jiddu Krishnamurti, if you would listen to his, I bought books, but love is total attention. I think I've read this in one of his books. I think J. Krishnamurti, but now it's on YouTube. You can watch it. We are actually exploiting each other. Even our religion, my religion, and killing for Prophet Muhammad. You have, like someone told me, a Shia recently claiming to be a Shia, that you have no right to say anything to Muhammad and all this. That this, I feel, is very much a false respect and honoring someone, and that we don't really love someone. We don't really love Prophet Muhammad or Imam Hussein. It's just it's me, my Prophet Muhammad. If you honestly look at it, I mean, people are escaping into things like, they were oppressed, that's why. Or sometimes when they need something, then, well, they have been here for us. They were here. God used them to ask for things for their sake, on one hand, this, right? And on the other hand, when believers are told that when you don't get your prayer answered, when things are not going your way, when even God is not going your way and not answering your prayer, then will you be content within yourself? So if, as a Shia or as a Hindu or as a Muslim, as a Sunni, as a Christian, if you can be content within yourself, and that, and just, not ask for anything. So that's the place where believers should be reaching, should be finding, right? So we're told. Otherwise, it's what's the use of going for majlises and loving Imam Hussein, oppressed, and when you see another person oppressed, you don't even go there. I've seen it in myself. Sometimes, we give a blind eye. No, it's a private matter. I don't want to interfere in that. It's husband and wife hitting each other, fighting. Why should I go there? Well, in society we've made things private and all this. But all of us should be involved, shouldn't we? And where is God in this? Why doesn't He come to help the beaten wife at the time she's being beaten by her husband? It could be a private, we say it's a private matter. If the wife wants, she can call the police. Okay, so you don't go and interfere, but we're listening to the screaming and the yelling and the pain, the sufferance, so much pain we give to each other. So that's this whole life of us is like this. For some people, God doesn't come, answers their prayers late, or maybe He doesn't even answer their prayer. Some people get a miracle, some people don't get a miracle. Some people are dying and they have cancer, they have diseases. They don't get a cure, mental illness. Some people get a cure for it. And some people get their prayers answered. And they say, oh, God, I got a miracle. That's really good that you were, saved, that you got life back. So it happens in all these religions, Shia, Sunni, Hindu, Dharma. If you pray to God, whoever, in Hinduism also, if you pray to God, and other religions, it happens that some people get a miracle, some people don't get a miracle. So have you ever wondered why this happens? Isn't it unfair that we are saying, oh, thank you, God, you just took my cancer away. I got a miracle. But that's good, yeah, that's good. But have you ever thought of another person who didn't get a miracle? So, like this, I used to think. And so, I feel that somewhere we are unkind, rude, as a Shia even being unkind, rude. It used to get to me really shocking. Like, how can I do this when I love that compassionate? For me, the God of compassion, we start our Quran with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, meaning in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, the Compassionate. And the Imam Hussain, the oppressed, who had the power, but he wanted to show us something, right? He wanted to show us that the Atma, the Spirit, timelessness, God. What is this God that He's giving everything to, for, and He's telling us something? And we are not understanding. We think we love Him. We go for His majlises. And we ask Him for things. Because, you see, at the same time we're asked to ask me and I will. There's a Quran verse. I'm near to you. Ask me and I will give you. And so I was kind of in a pendulum state. Sometimes I needed God so much because He says, I'm here for you. And then when He doesn't answer, people say, oh, it must be God's mystery. Some reason, one of the greatest reasons why God is not coming to your aid, your help. And I was desperate. Like, no, I need God to help me. I need His help. So as believers, where are we now? I used to think as a Shia, where are we? To just go out and, Do you really love Prophet Muhammad? Do you really love Imam Hussein? Have you ever experienced in your life that they have not come to your aid, not come to your mother's aid even? And you are spiritually totally like you have no strength and you're asking God with your last ounce of strength. Oh God, help us. I can't see my mother suffering. I can't see myself suffering. Please help us. And then what you do is, because God has given you the strength, you have that much strength to pray, namaz, and work, go for work and all this. There are some people who don't have that much strength. So have you ever been in my situation where I didn't have the strength, right? But you have the strength. Like my father had the strength to go to a majlis. Now it was sometimes 9th Muharram and I didn't have the strength to go for majlis. So the thing is that, sorry, excuse me. The thing is that who are you to tell the other person that you have no right to say anything? Put yourself in that person's place. But can you ever be in that person's place? And then on a hat falls, cartoons are made by Westerners. You know, this thing is not love. This way you can never defend Prophet Muhammad. So I got this enlightenment from seeing Jiduk. Actually I touched it, but I didn't really, haven't yet been able to remain in that emptiness. Life has pulled me, desires have pulled me into doing things. Emotional attachments, right? And missing people and the life thing. So superficial, artificial desires, inordinate desires, or desire itself. See that it is, I think I've touched on it, maybe a flash of light has come that this is not love. Although we may keep saying, sometimes, we have these excuses that we love Imam Hussein. But I feel I didn't love Imam Hussein. So, what is true love is something different which we have missed, I feel, in my honest opinion. That there was something missing here. Even though emotional, sometimes we would get so emotional, we get so emotional with Imam Hussein. His name comes and we just have this welling up of feelings, emotions. So it's not that someone telling me, like if someone tells me, yeah, maybe that if another person tells me that, look, Imam Hussein, if a Sunni tells me that, look, what are you doing? Or I will, but where are you coming from? Are you coming from that, I would say, that place where you're not even a Sunni anymore? You have given your everything for God. First you give your everything, and then tell the other person. If you're keeping some things for yourself, see, then it becomes nafsa nafsi. Oh my, she said this to Prophet Muhammad. Ego comes in, self comes in. My religion. If you honestly look at it, right? Honestly, pay attention. Be honest with yourself. You will see that you are coming from a selfish place. And this is no way, it will not be that, it will not bring that change that you want, that they should respect Prophet Muhammad. Or they should become Shias again. So this much I've known, and whatever I have touched upon, like I touched upon unconditional love, and then I got zapped in by the principal, or no, not, I'm not blaming her. You see, I got zapped in because of her presence there, and I just got zapped into this. First, unconditional love is pure observation, and I was not enlightened enough. I did not have that proper guidance inside of me until I was reading Jiddu Krishnamurti. So I can see where I got pulled in, and I didn't have the guidance of Muji Baba. Right now, we have that also on social media. If we cannot go to his sanghas, we can just watch and listen and to his pointings. So meditation, also, that word has been quite commercialized. So meditation is something like, first you need to observe, and I would start with Jiddu Krishnamurti and then go to Muji Baba. So I was, I don't know, lucky enough to find Jiddu Krishnamurti. It's a more hard way, actually. Muji Baba has given it very easy. Some of us, our minds, we take it for granted. But for Jiddu Krishnamurti, it's when you don't have a prayer because you're being attacked mentally, things are coming on you, and you keep praying, that eagerness, that thing, God, you must help me. You promised to help me. The thing is that a believer could die in this, that I could have died, and my eagerness, where are you, God, and where is Imam Mahdi, and all this. I mean, it goes on and on. It went on, even in the worst situation in my life. I didn't cease from praying to God, asking. So I even tried sitting myself down and saying, there's a Wali Allah inside you. There's a friend of Allah inside you. And just be calm. Just be calm. And I couldn't be calm. There was some energy inside that was harassing me. Yeah, so some really wicked energy has come. I feel I've got the worst inside of me. My privacy, like I'm being watched, and heaviness, and voices, women, and people I love. I couldn't hear them cough. and I'm hearing them being raped as they're telling me in telepathy and, schizophrenia. So all this, so you could be saying that, I'm preaching without having, I've maintained, you don't maintain it actually. If you listen, you have to, I think, I don't know what you have to do and why I got zapped into this, pulled. I used to pray so much because you see, the emptiness, that thing, that shock of, oh my God, I felt I loved Mr. Sa. And this is not love. This is an emotional attachment. It was too much for me. But I had to I was looking at it. I even was writing down, and so I could see that I'm telling myself, look, this was an emotional attachment. Because if it is love, then there's no love. Fully love is when you're empty, you're empty. When you're full, you're full. But there's just love. And it doesn't bother, that emptiness doesn't bother you as some vacuum. Something is missing. It's not like something is missing. It's like, now I don't need anything. It's so empty, like it's nothingness. So now, another thing I want to jump to is that I don't have a proper way of saying this, but it's not, it doesn't flow very well with me. So now when you see this, and now when something comes up against the principle, let's say, I can only talk about my experience, where I reached and how I got pulled in to Mrs. Munira Gulzar, back to this attachment and not unconditional love. I was struggling in my mind and all this. So I lost that emptiness, like nothing is yours and just nothing. But then I see that things are here. And what's this rush? I question the rush that people are going to classes. What a rush is going on. So that I felt, maybe I didn't truly come to this nothingness and unconditional love, an unconditional being. And so living a lie and so when in college I used to overhear someone saying something bad about the principal. Once it didn't bother me, and then I was just looking, I was just thinking, I was just being, that what a artificial, what a society we have. Some of these students who complain, dishonest. Would they just think about your mother, right? She's not a perfect being. So instead of, so I would just talk to myself, and I wouldn't go there like I once defended Mr. Sa. From abuse, an abusive student. So I would just think that, I would just think that this person is not right to do this. Complain against the principal, sitting with a friend, and our mothers are not perfect, and she may have made a promise that she forgot or something. It wouldn't it, like, there's so much, I saw hypocrisy, I could really see it, and so I didn't have to defend the principal now. But only once, when a student said that she wanted to, but very in a joking manner, I went there. Just to amuse myself. I said, this is a good chance, Sarah, that you can tell her that you were born from her, right? So I just went and amused myself, because she said that she wanted to pull my principal's sari blouse. Oh, the one you wear below, right? So I just want to amuse myself. And so the assembly, the group was dispersed. And so, well, I see things differently now. So, you see, recently someone came and told me that they are Shia. They are Shias. So I said, okay, this guy is a Shia. And I went and gave him, who are you? And I scolded him and all this, right? The same thing, I've done with Abdullah Samir. Once Abdullah Samir had an interview with this, the Armenian, the Atheist Republic, Susanna, and I went on his, and I gave it to Abdullah Samir. What did Abdullah Samir do? He was so silent. And later on, like they say, when someone is not gives you bad words or what, you still do good for them. You still help them. So Abdullah Samir, knowing I was not well, and he understood, and he even helped me, right, at this atheist noodle, to help me get, I had thought that this person from the YouTuber had this Facebook and was harassing me at the games section on Facebook. So Abdullah Samir, what he did was he was totally quiet about what I said to him. I may have even abused him. I don't know what I said to him. I said very nasty, rude things to him. Very, very rude. And then when I apologized to him, he says he doesn't even remember when did I say anything to him. He totally refused, denied that I ever abused him or was rude with him, like anything. So you see, that is a man. That man is a human being, great human being, who leaves his ego behind. He doesn't have an ego. So when someone doesn't have an ego, you must listen to this. I mean, I'd love to listen to Abdullah Sami. But just like that coming, and then you judging someone that, oh, they said something bad about someone, let me teach her a lesson. Or I'm going to help her. Or whatever their thing is. So this is another thing that as a Shia also I feel, when I was a Shia, this is not the way. You see, if you get pulled in by the bad words and all this that the woman is telling you, and she's even saying, and you're using her case, and more like now you've told her that, oh, you are, mentally ill and you need a psychiatrist, and you only, this is, we know that this is not the way to tell someone when you know about her case. And this is not the way to teach someone a lesson. The best lesson you can teach someone is like Abdullah Samir, that no matter what they tell you or do to you, you be the good one then. You do good to them. No, I'm going to give you a stick. You need a beating. You first need to beat yourself. So this way I feel that those Shias even who defend Imam Hussein and Prophet Muhammad, they don't actually love them. They actually love their own selves. It's a selfish defense. Because if you're undermining, if you see what Imam Hussein has done in Karbala, you giving his last ounce, his 6 months old, as we were told. Some say he was, Ali Asghar was 1 year old. So before, as a Shia even, I never used to indulge in between Sunni and Shia, or anyone who said, I used to keep away from these arguments, these religious debates, because I didn't feel eligible. I didn't feel I have the right to tell someone. And if I felt that I had the right to tell someone not to say anything to, how can I have, because Imam Hussein would stop me first. I used to feel, because he took so much and gave so much to Yazid. Who are we to stop someone? I'm not taking a life. I'm showing some discrepancies, let's say, in the Quran, and what I'm doing here for, showing through the Quran. And now through some Shia sources and Sunni sources, when I need to, through the Shia sources also, when they've done the research through the Umayyad sources. So I have to bring the sources in to show you. So even I felt I didn't have the right at that time. When a Sunni, I can write down, what I wrote down was that I pity these people. They don't understand our mourning for Imam Hussein and all this, but that was a private matter. I need to vent out. Like, I also needed to understand, like, how could they not understand, being Muslims, that what we are doing during Muharram, Safar. I mean, what an atrocity was committed against the grandson, against that true prophet for us Shias, honorable, honored, true prophet, right? So I needed to understand myself. So when I understood something, I wrote it down, but I never went to a Sunni telling them that, why do you not understand this? For me, my religion was a personal matter. Let the Shias do what they want to do. Let the Sunnis, as long as you don't encroach upon our rights and our practices and our religion, we all should have this religious freedom. Well, there are some people who talk against Islam, who still have an ego. I don't go with them. The moment I realize that they are hypocrites, or they are hidden Muslims, or they have an ego, or they want something out of this fame, name, or they have nothing better to do. Sometimes I also feel that, but my mind is, anyways, I don't know, maybe, they want to do this not to help people, but yeah, of course I understand that if you're hurting and you know, whatever it is, but the intention, I see the wrong ways taken, when you can't take anything against Prophet Muhammad coming from another person, but your friend, yes, when you have your ex-friend with you discussing these matters about about Islam, against Islam, as ex-Muslims, you do go well with them. But when I say it, you don't go well with me. I don't know why that happens. But I have a feeling that the person is not true. I had this feeling, and I'm going to say it, that I have this feeling. And anyways, we have to leave our egos behind. And if I have ever defended Imam Hussein, not that I know, even the friend that used to come and say things against Shia's teaching practices and all, and teachings, I never said anything to her at that time, but then later on I said, now I'm going to say it. So I didn't say it in front of her, but I uploaded videos on YouTube explaining myself. So there's, and Jiddu Krishnamurti is right, I've seen it, there's a lot of hypocrisy in our Muslim world. So there's a lot of this thing. We don't really love Imam Hussein. I'm sorry, those who really do, They're just doing their thing. They're not even coming to our videos to listen to them or demand that we stop doing this. And those Shia Jafri sect who have killed people on apostasy, I'm against this, because this shows that truly this religion is a fake religion, because you can never defend truth by killing, taking a life, and forcing that person. And how would you feel if, put yourself in Umayyad period, Umayyad side, in the side, on the idol worshipper side. Maybe they were right. What if they were right? You see, you're waning, you're saying don't oppress a person for their religion, right? Or for their beliefs, or for their principles. But then you're saying that no, this is the true God. And if they don't believe in this true God, they are going to suffer. So let's take their lives. Like the Quran ayat goes, wish for death if you are truthful. So this thing is this contradiction, and we say that there are paradoxes. In Hazrat Khizr, like the green man in Surah Taha, he said, I fear that this boy would not be a believer. You see, on account of that, he killed the boy. And I've been ever wondering about it. And then it came to my attention, the Arabic was not that this boy was a disbeliever, but but we say the fear. I mean, but how do we say the fear of God? The fear of Hazrat, fearing, fearing that this boy would become a disbeliever. Well, so we say, oh, God knows he actually will become a disbeliever. So it's not that fear. Anyhow, I can't explain this any better than this. And I cannot, I can pause here, just contemplating more on, I'm not prepared for this, but I'm live stream on Facebook on my profile. Also, so this was, for the record, I wanted to record this also and upload it. Let's see how it goes. Because I might be taking some pauses, but not pause here. So live stream, it's different. Videos, they get boring with this pauses and all. And so the Jafri sect killing, they say no, the Marja, he has to be sinless, very close to innocence, sinlessness, to mete out the punishment for this person. So our Shia Jafri sect. So on one hand, it's such a confusion. I haven't been able to comb this out properly, correctly, in fairly, justly. And don't publish anything against this religion. Otherwise, death. Even in the Shia Jafri sect. And then we talk about Imam Hussein's sacrifice, and there he was giving and giving. So what if someone has become like Yazid or Yazid's army? Have you given your last ounce of energy? Everything When you've lost everything, when for marriage we go to Imam Hussain, Isha Qasim, Mehndi. Oh God, for the sake of Sughra, and who was the bride of Shah Qasim? May I get married this year for my parents' sake. On one hand, this. So I keep forgetting my points. Now I'm very tired. I don't know, I'm also incapacitated. I can't say, we can't say anything against the religion. When on one hand this, on the other hand, Imam Hussain. What do you know what Imam Hussain has done? Do you think Imam Hussain is going to say, yes, go and kill this person? Or little minds are you? So, wouldn't Imam Hussain say that? Because I used to think that, no, Imam Hussain helped Yazid's army to come, to make them what? By sacrificing his all in all. What was he trying to do by sacrificing? To give them that faith in God, that yes, you can keep killing, but I will, my God, my God, my God, my God. Oh God, you are the one. Maybe now, not even me. Here we have people, Muslims, just because someone made a cartoon of Prophet Muhammad, and we are Shias from that place where we say, Ab main bhi nahi, now not even me. Now not even me. So see whether your ego is involved, whether you're doing this, you're giving a bad name. Not only to, you forget the bad name. They're not going to come like this to the truth. You're pushing them away. Okay, so this I feel, can't explain it properly right now, words. I'm in a confusion state now, gone case. Sorry, I have to take a break. Thank you so much. I will continue with this later.